Welcome to IndoCanAstrologer. Today, we will be discussing the major transits happening in the month of May for 2025. Now, these major transits basically is Jupiter. Jupiter is going to be moving into Gemini. There's going to be Rahu and Ketu, which is basically North Node and South Node, which are going to be changing signs as well. So Rahu is going to be moving into Aquarius, and Ketu is going to be moving into the sign of Leo. Now, these transits are definitely important. Whenever major planets change sign, it becomes extremely, extremely important. On top of it, Jupiter, this time onward, for the next couple of years, 7 to 8 years, it is going to be moving at a faster speed. So whereas generally you would expect Jupiter to stay in one sign for 12 months, in this situation it's not going to be staying for 12 months. So it's going to be going from Taurus to Gemini in May, and then again it will be moving from Gemini to Cancer towards the end of the year. Then again it's going to come back to Gemini, and then finally you'll have the final transit next year back into Cancer. So a lot of going on with Jupiter. There's lots going on with Rahu and Ketu as well. We will go one sign at a time. But I did wanted to greet you guys before I turn this video over to the monitor, to our screen, and go into depth analysis. So yeah, and let's get started. Why waste time, right? For each sign, diving into Aries Lagna. I have to re-record this because of a minor issue that I encountered, so apologies on that part. Let's get started. Now, Jupiter is visiting your third house. Third house is of your communication, your hard work, your siblings, short distance travels. So yes, you would be able to do short distance travel as well as long distance travel because it is aspecting your ninth house as well. You could gain significant knowledge. If your father's health has been struggling, you could see improvement there as well. You can definitely expect, when it comes to communication front, to see improvements. The way you can see that improvement happening is if you haven't picked up a book to understand or learn how to communicate better, you better get started. There are a lot of books and audiobooks and online resources that are available to enhance your knowledge on how to communicate better. Get started on that. Now, when it comes to your siblings, there might be a health concern arising, specifically with gastric issues, abdominal issues as well. So in the next year or so, be careful, watch out for their health. One good news that you will experience in this is Jupiter's fifth aspect is going to your seventh house. So if you are in the process, or if you're already engaged, or if you haven't been able to find some decent partner to get married to, now is this time. On May 14 onwards, when Jupiter transits your third house, it is fifth aspect is going on your seventh house. It's going to make it much, much easier for you to be able to find someone decent, very, very decent. And especially if you have your Venus placements around Jupiter, basically Sone Pe Suhaga, like that is the best case situation possible. Now, Jupiter's ninth aspect is going directly on Rahu, so Rahu Ji sitting in 11th house in the Aquarius sign. Well, it's an own house, so technically it's not going to trouble you much. But especially with Jupiter having its ninth aspect on your 11th house, you can definitely expect gains from your social network, from your friends. Your friend circle could increase as well. Or maybe there might be a good news in terms of a baby in your friend circle happening. which again is always positive news, right? Then when it comes to Rahu and Ketu, as I was mentioning, Rahu is a joint owner of Aquarius, and it is in your 11th house only. So this is going to be a very, very good time in terms of if you had wishes that you have been working on, like perhaps losing weight, or perhaps getting married, or perhaps being able to travel with your spouse, or you wanted to do that higher education courses. Maybe you wanted to go for an MBA, but you haven't been able to, or you haven't been able to pass exams, or whatever the situation may be. Now that is going to be resolved, perhaps with the help of your social circle as well. The Rahu in the 11th house also has a vice versa aspect on your Jupiter, so it's technically, you can consider exchange Raj Yoga there as well. They're aspecting each other, so this is actually a wonderful, wonderful time. Balances out both of the energies. Now, Jupiter itself in Gemini, not the best situation happening there. Doesn't get along with Mercury. Mercury is the owner of Gemini. Again, not the best case situation. But overall, when it comes to this combination of Jupiter Rahu happening, I feel that when it comes to your overall life that is going to take place over the next couple of months will run smoothly. Ketu in 5th house, in the 5th Rashi itself, those of you who have been wanting to study, or like students and specifically, not higher education, okay? So if you're doing post-grad and all, no. These are basically, this will apply basically to kids who are in high school, middle school, primary school, elementary, those sort of kids. You're going to be having issues in terms of concentrating. I can definitely recommend you to do some sort of yoga, some sort of meditation, lean in towards spirituality. That should calm your mind down, and you should be able to focus better. Those of you who have been trying to have kids may not be the best timing-wise, or if you already have kids, this could give you a little bit of detachment. Detachment in terms of, yeah, I want to be there to support you, my child, but I got my own things going on. Yeah, so, yeah. That being said, Ketu's 5th aspect is going on 9th house. That's where the remedy comes in. You have to focus on spirituality. Jupiter's 7th aspect is going on 9th house as well. So that being said, the key solution to get through this time period for you, it is going to be relying towards spirituality, focusing on the higher self, or connecting more with your father. That too. That is it for Aries Lagna. Let's move on to Taurus. Taurus, Jupiter is visiting your 2nd house. The 2nd house is of communication. It is of your eating habits. It is of your family. In this particular situation, Jupiter not exactly is going to enhance your eating habits, but it is going to give you a vision that where are you going wrong in terms of your eating habits? How can you work towards improving your health? Once you get that perspective, Jupiter's 5th aspect, which is going on to your 6th house, and that is going to improve your health. It's going to give you that courage to get out, put on your shoes, go for a walk, go to swimming, go to any exercises that you like. So overall, this transit is going to help you improve your eating habits, and then eventually it's going to help you focus on your health as well. If you have been struggling in terms of finding a job, yes, if you have been struggling in terms of finding a job, this is going to play out to be excellent time frame where you might start hearing back from the applications that you have done. If you are in the process of doing exams for perhaps law school, or perhaps, I don't know, if you're in India, then maybe UPSC, or a lot of different exams, right, in different fields. This would be the time where you would be supported significantly to pass those exams with flying colors. So again, that looks very, very positive to me. Jupiter's 7th aspect is basically going on your 8th house. Yes, you could become significantly interested in occult sciences. You could end up perhaps taking it as a profession as well. Now, that will depend on your personal chart if you will actually end up doing that or not. If you have had financial losses in the past 3 to 5 years, significant financial losses, this is a time that it will help you recover. Or if you're in the process, perhaps getting a divorce or something, and then there's a settlement happening, this will play in your favor. Again, with Jupiter's 5th aspect on your 6th house, when it comes to government, yes, you're going to see favors from government. You're going to see favors in terms of minimizing your financial losses. And Jupiter's 9th aspect then goes on to your 10th house of career. So as I was mentioning earlier, when it comes to gaining good position, good job, gaining favors from government, it is a possibility that you might end up getting a job within the government sector itself, depending on your other placements, of course. It is going to make you extremely, extremely attached towards your work. You're going to work when it comes to your work, it's pretty much going to be your life. Like, that's how you're going to play it out. The reason being, again, not only Jupiter's 9th aspect is blessing your work, Rahu is in your 10th house of career. So when it comes to work, you are not going to be a person that's going to give up easily. You're going to take the initiative. You're going to make things happen. It's going to be a wonderful, wonderful time. 110%. When it comes to your Jupiter, it is your 8th house lord sitting in 2nd house. It is your 11th house lord sitting in 2nd house as well. So when it comes to your family, you can see tremendous support from them overall. When it comes to your friends as well, yes, they could support you significantly as well. But in this case, Jupiter itself sitting in the 2nd house, your speech is going to become flawless, and people are automatically going to gravitate towards you. When you go for that interview, the information, the answers that you're trying to give, it will flow out of your mouth without having to worry. Ketu, moving on to Ketu in 4th house, this would make you detached from your house. Yeah, literally. So you're probably not going to want to stay much inside your house. You're probably going to actually focus more, I'm going to do late hours at office type of situation. Which, again, it is good. It is, again, a good time for spirituality as well, because Ketu's 5th aspect goes on to your 8th house. Jupiter's 7th aspect is going to your 8th house. 8th house is of occult sciences, right? So it could give you a significant interest in occult sciences, as I was mentioning previously. And that is going to be an amazing thing to see. If you have been wanting to have foreign settlement, yes, this might be a time frame when things get into motion, right? So again, positive news for you specifically. So let's go on to Gemini. So Gemini, Lagna, ascendant, however you term it. Gemini, you are the most blessed person for the next couple of months as Jupiter is transiting your Lagna. It's transiting your first house of personality. It is transiting the first house of you, as in when it comes to your overall life. It's going to be blessing it pretty much. Now, in this case, if you have, yes, you can expect that you can gain a little bit of weight, so please watch out for that. If you have been lazy, if you have not been going to the gym, come on, get your shoes on, get going. It is going to enhance your personality as well. So positive. Now, because Jupiter is in the first house, its aspects are falling on 5th, 7th, and 9th house. So what I'm going to do is, let me see if I can pull the cursor over here. Nope. Okay, never mind. So Jupiter's 5th aspect is going to your 5th house, which is where you have Libra. Now, this 5th aspect is going to help you in terms of if you have been trying to conceive. Great time to conceive. If you have not been trying to conceive, then you better be careful on that part. Jupiter's 5th aspect is also going to help in terms of gaining popularity. So if you have been an introvert hiding indoors, nope, now is not the time to hide indoors. It's going to also bless your dating life significantly. So mark my words, when it comes to your dating life, you will see a lot of improvement. You will see, if you haven't been able to find someone proper person, this is the time that you might. Jupiter's 7th aspect is going to your 7th house, where you see Sagittarius. So again, if you have been wanting to get married, well, this is going to significantly play an important year in your life for that. On top of it, if you are running a business, or if you have been thinking of starting up a business, excellent time, go for it. You would be able to gain a lot of popularity. You'd be easily able to excel in that business for the next couple of months. It will get you started on a very, very good path. So go for it, 110% go for it. And its 9th aspect is then going to your 9th house, which is of your Bhagya, where Rahu ji is. So yes, this is going to make you extremely religious, which is a good thing, and it's not a good thing as well, because this particular transit, yes, it's going to make you religious for sure, but then Ketu in 3rd house, if you become a person who is like, yeah, I'm not gonna really focus on work, I'm more leaning towards spirituality, I'm going in sense of spirituality, it's not gonna play in your favor. This Jupiter transit is trying to bless you, but Ketu is working against you in terms of it might make you lazy, it might make you not want to give in that hard work, not want to put in that effort, right? And without effort, you're not going to see the results, no matter how good your chart is. You got to put in the efforts. Without efforts, there's nothing. Right, so Jupiter for you is your 7th and 10th house lord, visiting your 1st house. I'm telling you, for Geminis and Sagittarius, this is, even Pisces, like this is like a very, very, very significant time, 110%. Okay, coming back to Rahu over here. Yes, it's going to make you a little selfish, but Jupiter transiting your 1st house, it is meant to make you selfish in terms of you have to focus on yourself. You have to improve your personality. You have to improve the way you communicate. You have to improve your values, your belief system, your everything. Like, it's challenging you and it's helping you improve. So this is not the time to like hold back and be like, okay, I'm just going to be in my shell. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Rahu's ninth aspect is going on your fifth house. So if you have been weak in terms of data analysis, or if you have had trouble gaining those skills, if you have had trouble with technology, if you have had trouble in terms of learning how to operate a computer, for example, I mean, hopefully you're not having that trouble. If you do, then I don't know how you're finding this video, but if you have had those significant challenges with technology, you will see improvement in that. 100% you'll see improvement in that. When it comes to Ketu, its fifth aspect is going to your seventh house. So be careful. You are supposed to be working towards your business, but if you start up your business, it could give you detachment. It could, again, you're not going to be wanting to put in that hard work. You might not want to put in that time that is required for it to succeed. And if that happens, this is not going to go well. Jupiter is wanting you to succeed, but Ketu is basically challenging it, right? So that's why I say leaning into spirituality will help, but you have to keep in mind in your background that hard work is the key to your solution. That being said, let's move on to Cancer. Cancer Lagna. Cancer. Okay. Jupiter is visiting basically your 12th house. If there has been a situation where you haven't been able to control your expenses, where you have been wanting to have foreign settlement, you wanted to settle outside of your country or even outside of your city, but for some reason you have not been able to, this is the time where if you were to settle outside, not only will you get good support from Jupiter, it can actually give you good enhancement in terms of your career prospects as well. So if you are looking for jobs, I would say definitely look away from your house a little. If you have the opportunity to have a foreign settlement, to like move outside, away from your place of birth, go for it. This is going to be a very, very auspicious time for you to enhance your career with the help of luck, pretty much. Jupiter here is its fifth aspect is falling on your fourth house. So in this case, when it comes to your mother, excellent time. Your connections with your mother will significantly improve. Jupiter's, again, fifth aspect on fourth house, I will say this very, very seriously. If you have been wanting to buy a house, if you have been wanting to buy a car, if you have been wanting to perhaps expand in terms of maybe add a floor to your house, or make those renovations happen, yes, Jupiter is supporting that. It does depend on your other placements in the chart as well. So yes, that's going to be positive for you. The seventh aspect is falling in your sixth house. So again, when it comes to your career, if you have had trouble with government, that's court cases are just going to go away. That is going to be a very, very big relief. If you have been stuck in one for years, you will see that vanish. It will bless you with a good career. As I was mentioning previously, consider moving abroad or away from your place of birth, and you'll see that growth happening. Either way, you will see growth, but like if you're looking for like a significant growth in terms of finance and everything, that's going to happen. Jupiter's ninth aspect is falling on your eighth house. So whenever it comes to losses, that's going to be minimized. When it comes to specifically your father's health, if it has been an issue, you could see an improvement. One thing that I'll warn you is Jupiter visiting 12th house. Be very careful of your grandmother's health. If they're alive. If they're not, then that's okay. But if they are, then make sure that you're looking after them. Make sure you're spending time with them. Make the most of it. In this particular situation, what I will recommend for you specifically is, if you have the opportunity of performing seva at a temple, or if you can volunteer at a hospital, or anyhow where you can give something back to the community, yeah, this is, if you were to do that, this is going to increase your luck by like 10 times more. So do not be stringent. If you see someone in the need of help, please do go ahead and help them. Be kind, be compassionate, right? Ketu is in your second house of finances. Okay, so when it comes to money, you are going to be don't be stringent. Again, don't be stringent. Just let go of it. You can, yes, you're going to want more. Everybody wants money. Who doesn't, right? But when Ketu visits your second house, the lesson it's teaching you is let go of the money. The more you hold on to your finances, the more difficult the next 1.5 years is going to be for you, pretty much. Yeah. Ketu's 9th aspect is going on your 10th house. That is one of a concern, because when Ketu is aspecting your 10th house, it's basically detaching you from work. So no matter how much you want to, from the bottom of your heart, like focus on improving or meeting your deadlines or gaining power, this is going to be a difficult transit with Ketu aspecting it. So again, you are not going to want to work significantly. Okay? You want to work, but it's not going to let you. How are you going to overcome that? Well, the best remedy is going to be Ketu related. So if you have perhaps like a pet at home, or if you can donate food at a pet shelter, go ahead and spend some time with dogs in a pet shelter. That might work out well as well. Give it a try and let me know. Okay, now Rahu's 5th aspect is falling on your 12th house. So as I was mentioning, I already told you that it's a good time for foreign settlement. Again, this supports it as well. Rahu's 9th aspect, it falls on your 4th house. So again, when it comes to growth in home matters, you can see significant improvement there. What I will mention, when Rahu is in 8th house, it can make you lean towards spirituality, but this may be a time where you might have senses which are beyond reason. So what I mean by that is, for some reason you meet someone and you're like, okay, I just get negative vibes from this person, I don't understand it, but it's going to give you that gut feeling, and listen to the gut feeling in that case. Rahu in 8th house is very, very powerful. It's not a small thing, right? So you want to make sure that you're listening to the gut. You could also have paranormal experiences in the next 1.5 month. Again, it depends on person to person if you're going to be able to handle that or not. But you will see certain experiences come out over there. If you have not been focused in your marital life in terms of your in-laws, this is going to automatically shift your focus to your family, to your in-laws. You will have to give in a little bit more time on that front if you have been avoiding it, right? Okay, let's move on to Leo. Leos. All right. Okay. This is good and this is bad as well. The reason why it's bad is because Ketu is visiting your first house. Yes. Oh, apologies. I was moving around and number 6 was supposed to be in the second house, but apparently I didn't shift it properly. So apologies on that part. But let's focus back onto the point. So Ketu visiting your first house, it's going to add on to conflicts and confusions, and if you don't know where your life is heading, if you didn't know what's happening with you, or whether you want to have kids or not, whether you're a spiritual person or not, or what's happening in your career. If you had these questions, these are going to amplify. It's not going to tone down. It's going to end up being amplified. That being said, Ketu, when it visits your first house, the best thing you can do is you can practice spirituality, but you should also practice yoga, meditation. With Ketu visiting first house, I will definitely recommend get into the habit and the routine where you wake up, you take 30 minutes for yourself, focus on your day, plan it out, bring yourself back to the center, and start your day from there. When you're ending your day, I will definitely recommend, again, taking at least minimum 15, if not more. Again, I would say 30 minutes for sure, but like minimum 15 minutes. Your day has ended. You need to now relax. So perhaps put on Nidra Yoga if you're not being able to sleep. It could give you sleep issues as well. That's why I'm saying some sort of meditation to calm your mind down at night is going to also play a very, very important role. Okay? Right, so Ketu's 5th aspect is basically falling on your 5th house. Again, this is going to detach you in terms of education. It's not, be it higher education or if you're in high school, middle school, or anything like that, does not matter. You're not going to be able to concentrate. You're not going to be able to focus on these things that you want. If you already have kids, this could be a time where you might like spending time with them, but then you're like, okay, I have so many things going on in my mind that I don't really want to spend that much time with my kid, or you might not be able to give that much time to your kids. Ketu's 9th aspect is going on 9th house, so again, the more you lean towards spirituality, whichever religion you tend to follow, this transit might become easier for you. If you're not a religious person, if you're not a spiritual person, yes, next couple of months might be smoother, but as soon as Jupiter moves on to the next house, it's going to cause a lot of increase in your troubles. Right, let's focus on Jupiter as well, because that is one of the most important transits happening right now, or will be in the next couple of days. So Jupiter's transit in Gemini, May 14, And if I have forgotten to mention, Rahu and Ketu are changing transits in end of May 29-ish. Okay, so coming back to Jupiter. Jupiter is your 5th house lord and your 8th house lord, and it's visiting your 11th house. So when it comes to your kids, if you had any wishes that you wanted to have kids, this might support it. This transit might support it. 8th house lord visiting 11th house. If you had wishes, this could give you a lot of challenges in terms of, do you really want that? It's going to start questioning you that. Do you actually want that? You have wanted it for a long period of time, but do you really want it? Right? So it's going to challenge that. Your friend circle, you will see the true colors. You will see the true colors of people around you. So, yay. That's always very important to see that what sort of people you have around you, right? Jupiter's 5th aspect is going to go towards your 3rd house. So, yes, when it comes to your communication, it's going to be on point. Your relationships with your siblings are going to improve significantly. And I will say, when it comes to your relationship in terms of like dating or married life, it's going to be good. It's going to be good because even though Rahu is visiting your 7th house, which causes chaos there, by the way, but Jupiter's 9th aspect over there for the next couple of months, because as I was mentioning, Jupiter is going to move on to Cancer towards the end of the year, then move back to Gemini next year. So it's going back and forth. So there will be times where your married life will be a bliss, and there will be times where you're like, okay, what's going on? And that is going to be because of the transits that's happening with Rahu and Ketu, and then Jupiter being involved as well, right? Right, okay. Another important thing that you should definitely keep in mind is when it comes to your spouse, they themselves could become significantly attached towards you, or you may significantly become attached towards them, which again, it's a good thing, but it can cause problems in terms of, you're like, okay, I have so much things going on, I'm confused as to where my focus should be, and you are focusing just on me. Go get a life for yourself. Don't say that to them, but you're going to feel that. You're going to feel that deeply. So my recommendation to you would be, don't say things that you are going to end up regretting in the moment of the heat, right? Where was I? I lost a track of thought. Apologies on that. But yeah, so that's going to be the Rahu transit. Rahu's fifth aspect is on Jupiter. So again, Jupiter's 9th aspect is on Rahu. It balances the energies out. So I'm not significantly worried about that for you. It is troublesome in terms of Rahu's 9th aspect on the 3rd house. In a way, it's good that you would have the courage to do the hard work that is required, but you might not really need to, which is a positive thing, right? I think that's it for Leo from my side for now. So for Virgo Lagna, rising, moon signs, Jupiter is basically visiting your 10th house of career. Jupiter being in the 10th house of career, one warning that I'm going to give you is neki kar kuएं में डाल, दरिया में डाल. Like, just, if you're probably going to be a person who's going to want to help people at the place of work, which is very good, but there is a caution that you have to keep. You're trying to do good, But other people, you never know what their intentions are. So you don't want to overextend yourself and like just be very, very friendly and be like, okay, no, I'm here, I'm going to help you. No, you have to draw a line. You cannot be that person, or else neki kar kuein mein dal type of thing, right? You don't want to get stuck in that cycle. That being said, Jupiter for you is the 4th house lord in 10th house. You might already be working from home. If you're not working from home, then you might stumble across a good job with Rahu visiting your 6th house, where you are going to be able to work from home at peace without having to stress much. It is also your 7th house lord visiting your 10th house. So if you have been thinking about starting your business, it is a very high possibility that while working, you might actually end up starting a business, right? Which is excellent. You might also find a partner or a spouse at your place of work. I am telling you. Okay, and if you do, this is a good thing. Do consider for sure. That is Jupiter's blessing, basically, when it being the 4th and 7th house lord transiting your 10th house. It's going to bring positive news in terms of career for sure, but even home front as well. Jupiter's 5th drashti basically goes to your 2nd house. 2nd house, you're going to see increase in your finances. In terms of financial management, if you have been having trouble, which I highly doubt that you would have any trouble with that, but if you have been struggling with finances, this is going to give you good amount of break. If you have been in debt, again, this is going to minimize your debt. That being said, if you are planning to buy a house or a car and you're worried about getting a loan or a mortgage passed from a financial institution, you're going to get good support in terms of having that application getting approved. So yes, it's a blessing, but again, it might be a possibility that you have an option of buying a car in cash. Should you be doing that? Should you not be doing that? That depends on your own chart. Yeah. There are certain positions where even if you have cash, you should never actually use all of it to buy a car or house or anything like that. But again, we'll leave that to your individual chart on that case. Okay, moving on. Jupiter's 9th aspect, as I was mentioning, it's going on Rahu in your 6th house. So yes, when it comes to job, you can easily find a very, very, very good job. If you have been struggling with passing your exam, law school, medical school, whatever it be, you would easily be able to ace entrance exams or any other exams, competitive exams, pretty much, that you're aiming to go for. Which again, to me, is excellent, right? And Rahu being there, your brain is going to work excellent. And should you land in a new job, 110% that is going to be a job that is going to give you an increase in pay. Yeah. And it's a possibility that within the next 18 months, you might change more than 1 or 2 jobs for the better. That being said, Ketu is your 12th house. All right. So, one thing that you need to keep in mind, do not overspend. You're like, hey, finance is good, everything is improving, I'm just going to go ahead and spend. I'm not going to keep a budget or a track of what I'm spending. That's going to come back to bite you. So don't do that. Do not overindulge in your expenses or your pleasures that you may have. Ketu 12th house also does indicate that you may be a little withdrawn from bedroom pleasures. And what I mean by that is sex. You may not exactly want to indulge in it significantly, which is okay. You could definitely lean more towards spirituality because it is visiting the house of moksha. So you may be drawn towards subjects that give you spiritual liberation. Not that I'm saying that you're going to go towards moksha or die or something. Nope, that's not what I'm saying. Don't jump to that conclusion. Ketu's fifth aspect is falling on your fourth house, right? So when it comes to your mother, if your mother is telling you that, hey, be careful, drive safely, or today is a bad weather, like perhaps don't go shovel snow. Whatever her warnings are for you, be careful, do listen to her, don't just ignore it. Whatever good she says could come true, whatever warnings she's giving you, there's a reason behind it. Listen to her for the next at least 18 months, I would say, if not more. You should always listen to your mother. Like, they have best interest at heart. But specifically for the next 1.5 year, 100% you should. Okay? Ketu's ninth aspect does go on your 8th house. So there's a very, very high possibility that your intuition is going to be on point regarding any matters at hand. Not just your intuition, but you might see Ketu's aspect on the 8th house, or Ketu itself in the 8th house. What it does is it makes you vulnerable to supernatural. What I mean by that is black magic, for example, or it gives you a strong intuition about certain things as well, as I mentioned. So when it comes to protecting yourself against evil eye or black magic or all of those things, yes, for the next 1.5 year, please be very, very careful. I believe I have uploaded information on how you can protect yourself against black magic on my Insta page. Do check it out. Do check it out for sure. The other thing is Rahu's 5th aspect goes on Jupiter, and vice versa. Jupiter's 9th goes on 6th house. So it's the energies over there are balancing itself out for now. So I feel as if your work wise, this is going to go very, very nicely. Jupiter itself in the sign of Mercury, it doesn't really like it being there. There's an entire story where about it. Well, I won't get into the details of it. I might do another short clip on the connection between Jupiter and Mercury, and you can check that out later. Jupiter's position, it's good, as well it's a little dicey there. Anywho, so Rahu's 7th and 9th aspect is going on your 2nd house as well, with similar to Jupiter, right? So it's basically a trine that's happening. So you might spend a lot of your energy or brain power in terms of increasing your wealth, and be mindful of your speech a little. You yourself, if you were to say something bad, it might turn out to be true. So positive energy, focus on the positivity, right? Okay, so that's Virgo, and let's move on to Libra. So Libra, my friends, For you, Jupiter is visiting your ninth house. Jupiter's permanent house is considered ninth house. So when Jupiter visits its permanent house, even though the owner Mercury, Jupiter is very, very comfortable in it. One thing that you have to be mindful of is this could have an impact on your father's health. A little bit in terms of the negative side of the health could be impacted for him. So please be very, very careful. Jupiter itself in the ninth house, yes, your knowledge could be expanding if you have been wanting to do higher studies, if you're wanting to travel, if you're wanting to connect with like a spiritual guru, if you want to lean in more towards how do I say this? Towards spirituality and religion, and it's going to automatically connect you there. Now, Jupiter in ninth house also does indicate that when it comes to your long distance travel, it's going to be beneficial for you. Yes. So, especially it being the third house lord, it being the sixth house lord. So if you're traveling, it's a possibility that you might end up meeting someone and be like, okay, I got a new job. This person just offered me something. Not that you should be traveling with that intention, but miracles will happen when you're traveling like long distance, or even short-term travels might be beneficial because Jupiter's seventh aspect is going to your third house, right? So that, again, in itself, that is excellent as well. Jupiter's fifth aspect is going to your first house. So when it comes to your weight, watch your weight. Yes, please watch your weight. You could experience increase in your weight gain if you don't manage your eating habits properly, or perhaps if you don't tend to work out. But what it will also do is it will enhance your personality significantly. So your communication, your the way you look, the way you dress, the sense of style, everything is going to increase and intensify significantly, and people will be drawn to you, like literally drawn to you, and you will be a little selfish towards your self, which again, it's not a bad thing. In this case, Rahu's ninth aspect on the first house is indicating that you should focus on you. You should be a little selfish. You should take the time to make yourself better. And when you do, people recognize you for it. So, yes, that should be one of your focus for the next 1.5 years. And then Jupiter's ninth aspect is, again, going on Rahu in your fifth house. So, if you have been wanting to have kids, this is a very, very good time. Go for it. If you have been wanting to get famous or be known in any sort of field, this could actually give you fame as well. Fame that you did not expect. Fame that just comes overnight. Maybe you just upload something on your website and you're like, oh, right. People just start loving it, and there you go. You become famous overnight. For the good reason, not for the bad. Not for the bad. You're safe because Saturn just moved on to another house, so for the good. That being said, we will now discuss Ketu. I think I already spoke on Jupiter and Rahu, right? Yeah. Okay. So let's focus on Ketu then. Ketu is in your 11th house. So when it comes to your friend circle, when it comes to your relatives, you're not up for meeting them. You just want space from them. You want to focus on yourself, which again, it's a good thing. Friends are good, but you got to keep them at a safe distance, right? You don't want to overextend yourself, overcommit to perhaps parties or events that you are not able to gonna make it, right? So be careful on that part. Ketu 11th house does give you good manifestation power should you choose to manifest. So generally with Ketu in 11th house, I would say write down whatever you want to manifest. There's also another clip that I had uploaded on YouTube only, or perhaps on Instagram, I can't remember now, but it talks about manifestation techniques. So if you have those desires that you want fulfilled, this is the perfect time for you to start manifesting. Please go for it. Ketu's 5th aspect does fall on your 3rd house, so a little bit of a warning. You may not exactly want to work hard overall. You may become lazy. You may communicate in a way which is okay, but people might not take it the correct way. Okay? So learn to communicate in a better way, better manner. Speech is always important. Now, it also depends on your speech house, where it's located. Over here, it's overall good. It shouldn't cause significant trouble with your communication. Okay. Ketu's 9th aspect in this case goes to your 7th house. As a person who has Ketu in 7th house myself, the best thing that you can do in this case is lean towards spirituality, is to lean towards God. Let go of certain things in life. I don't mean that let go of your spouse, get divorced or anything. Nope, that's not what I meant. What I meant was, if there are fights, stop bickering over tiny things. The sooner you learn that, the better the life will become. If you have already learned it, great. There's nothing to worry about, right? Okay. That being said, if you are wanting to do business that is related to adhyatmic, as in like spiritual religion sort of thing, like maybe you want to start a business of agarbatti, or maybe you want to start a business of manufacturing god idols, right? So if that's one of your thing, next 1.5 year actually supports you well for that. And you might actually easily get loans as well if you are wanting to do something regarding manufacturing, or and you wouldn't have to work that hard. But if you are starting the business, be careful. You don't want to not work towards it. So every business requires investment of time, energy, and lots of effort, right? Okay, so that's Libra. Let's move on to Scorpio. Scorpio. Okay. That basically was because I have dealt with a lot of Scorpios in my life. And I love Scorpios, but I've had fair share of pain from them as well. So again, no comments. Let's focus on Scorpio Lagna. Okay, so my dear Scorpios, for you, Jupiter is visiting your 8th house, and it is the 2nd house lord. So when it comes to your finances, if you have done investments and currently with the stocks and everything, like the markets have been going crazy, for you, lucky you, this would minimize your losses over the next couple of months. It might give you good support in investments as well. But the investments that you should be focusing on are long-term. Short-term investments, if you're thinking that, hey, this is gonna benefit me, you would be mistaken. So it will save you from losses. It will perhaps help you recover them as well, but it's gonna take time. It's not just gonna happen like that, right? Jupiter for you is also the 5th house lord and 8th house. Now, this is where it gets a little complicated. Where whenever 5th house lord visits your 8th house, there could be losses in partnership, as in if you were dating someone, that might end. If you have been trying to pursue to have kids, like if you have been trying, this might not exactly work out. You might have to wait for a year. Maybe not exactly a year, because it does move into Cancer by the end of the year. So Jupiter might be in a position to support you having kids later on in the year, not for the next couple of months for sure, right? That being said, Jupiter's 5th aspect is going on your 12th house. That's exactly the reason why I said long-term investments would actually be beneficial for you right now. If you are wanting for, if you have been aiming to get settled outside of your country, as in like foreign settlement, this is going to be excellent time for you to give that a try. It also means that when it comes to your bedroom pleasures, yes, I said it, sex, yes. If you're, when it comes to your bedroom life, it's going to make it amazing for the next couple of months while it's visiting the 8th house. So, hey, there's something to look forward to, right? Okay, that being said, do watch out for your grandmother, her health. Mostly should be smooth, but with this, there are certain possibilities depending your personal chart, if it's what the placements are. So I'm not going to comment on it because we're not discussing personal charts, right? So just watch out. Jupiter's 7th drashti goes basically on your 2nd house of family, of finance, of your eating habits. So your eating habits will significantly improve. Yay. You can 100% expect that your speech will improve as well. The thing that you should be a little careful of, because it has just moved from the Taurus, which was your 7th house, to the 8th, is basically you would have actually gained weight, or you would have had some disturbed eating habits. If that's been the case, now is the time that you focus on your health and control your food intake a little. Eat healthy, right? So it's a positive thing. You're improving yourself, right? So if you have done the work already, you don't have to worry about it. If you haven't, then yes, you should start focusing on improving, right? Jupiter's 9th aspect in this case is going on your 4th house, where Rahu is. So again, Rahu's 5th drashti also goes on Jupiter in the 8th house. So it's a good combination overall. It does help in terms of if you have been wanting to gain a property, or if you have been wanting to connect with your mother, which might have been a little difficult for you. With the previous Saturn's transit, her health would have been impacted as well. So now health could get better, the connection could get better. I will mention this, Rahu is co-owner of Aquarius, so it should not be troubling your house environment much. That's a positive news. Now, Rahu's fifth aspect, as I was mentioning, is on your house as well. So it's a good exchange that's happening between both of the planets. Rahu's ninth aspect goes on your 12th house. So when Rahu's ninth aspect goes on your 12th house, you do have to be careful in terms of what sort of investments are you actually doing. The market itself currently is a little bit difficult to invest in. It is minimizing your losses by Jupiter transiting into 8. But for long term, you still have, when you're investing, you have to think it wisely. And if you don't know as to what you should invest in, please do hire a financial advisor that can guide you on that path. That being said, Ketu's fifth aspect goes on to your second house. The more you let go of trying to control money, the more stringent you become, the more bad results you will see of Ketu in this case. So don't do that. Ketu is also the co-owner of Scorpio. So your first house lord in 10th house, well, you're going to see your focus going to shift in terms of your career, which is good, but Ketu itself visiting the 10th house, it's not good because it detaches you from your work environment. You want to work, but you won't be able to. You want to focus, you can't. It just distracts you significantly. Me being Sagittarius Lagna, the transit I've had for the past 1.5 years, which is one of the reasons why I started the channel with a lot of enthusiasm, but then it went away because of my Ketu in the 10th house. I couldn't, even if I wanted to, I couldn't focus. I couldn't think straight either at work. So it's common, it will happen. We will be discussing certain remedies in the monthly horoscope. You can check those out. But Ketu 10th house, the best you can do is, the best medicine for Ketu is meditation, calming yourself, calming your thoughts down. There might be a lot happening at your home front and finances and all of that, but you gotta focus on your mental health as well. That's when this will turn out in a positive way, right? Okay, Ketu's 9th aspect goes towards your 6th house. So, again, this could be a concern in terms of your health. If you have been overindulging in food or anything like that, or just partying and just chilling. Probably not partying, but I'm just going to take that as an example for now. Ketu's 9th aspect could cause some health issues to come up. And these health issues can be related to, I wouldn't say mental health. Yeah, mental health, it might not be the best word, but emotional health. To some extent, emotional health eventually ends up impacting your mental health anyway. So, yeah, that could happen too. That can happen as well. Moving on to Sag. So Sagittarius Lagna. This is going to be one of my favorites because I am Sagittarius Lagna with moon in Aquarius. So even Aquarius is something very intriguing to me, as you will see. Okay. So my fellow Sagittarius people, For us, Jupiter is visiting the 7th house. It is our 4th house lord. It is our 1st house lord. 1st house lord visiting 7th house is good. 4th house lord visiting 7th house is good as well. So overall, this is excellent. The thing that this can actually play a factor into is Jupiter is said to be the form of Vishnuji, right? So wherever it sits, it kind of causes diya tale andhera type of situation. So if it's in 7th house, yes, your spouse, there could be some differences, but it is also the planet of expansion. So if you have been waiting to get married, but haven't been able to find proper prospects, or you don't have clear thoughts as to what sort of a person you want, or where you can find this person, or is this the one that you are perhaps with? Is this the correct one, not the correct one? What's exactly going on that front? All of these answers you will get soon, in the next couple of weeks, next couple of months. It's going to challenge you with those questions, with those thoughts, and then eventually it is going to bless you with it while it moves on to Cancer at the end of the year. And then again, it will come back for a couple of months to realign, and then it will move permanently to Cancer in your 8th house. That being said, Jupiter's being the 1st house lord in the 7th house, its 7th aspect itself is going on your 1st house, right? So when it comes to your personality, your communication, your thoughts, your values, your morals, everything is going to get an upliftment. So if you have been stuck in old traditions, Jupiter it supports traditions, but then it also helps you evolve out of those which don't serve you anymore, right? So it's going to improve your values, your thought process, where, and I will mention this because I've had a lot of friends who have Ketu in 7th house and who are Sag Lagna, apparently. So for those friends of mine who are listening to this and have Ketu in the 7th house and are Sag Lagna, friends, this is going to be an excellent transit because your Ketu is now going to be in 9th house, and those friends of mine also have Jupiter in 9th house in their natal chart. So there's basically an exchange happening between 7th and 9th house. So it's going to be excellent. I will speak to you all in person for that. But there is an exchange of planets between 7th and 9th house. It's excellent in terms of marriage purposes. It's excellent in terms of business purposes. It's excellent in terms of bhagya uday, right? So that's good. That's excellent, right? Now, coming back to our current situation, keeping everybody else aside, Jupiter also is going to aspect with its 5th aspect on your 11th house. So when it comes to your social network, your gains, your wish fulfillment, everything is going to be blessed. So if you have been wishing for something, voila, all of a sudden things might just turn around and it might just happen. And you'd be like, I had thought about it and I had wished for it, but I didn't really know that this was actually a possibility. And then universe is like, bam, here, have it. It's all yours. It has always been yours. So those sort of positive things with wish fulfillment, with friend circle, with gains in social network, you'll see that happening over the next couple of months as well. Jupiter's 9th aspect is going on Rahu in 3rd house. So Rahu in 3rd house is actually excellent for hard, like 3rd house is of hard work. When a planet like Rahu sits in the 3rd house, it gives you automatically the brain power, the strength to work as hard as you can, and everybody would be like, this person I never thought could work this hard in their entire life, and now, voila, change, complete change. So it's going to be good. This is a good transit when it comes to Rahu, and Jupiter, basically its 9th aspect going there, it just indicates that the hard work that you're putting in, you'll see the result of it as well. Unexpected and good results. Yay. All right. Jupiter's, so we covered the 5th, 7th, and 9th aspect. Great. So Rahu now, its 5th aspect goes directly to the 7th house. I explained that both of them are aspecting each other. And so when Rahu is aspecting your 7th house, you're going to evaluate some people, or like your business, or if you have been running a business for that matter, you would evaluate where you have gone wrong, what is the reason, and are you satisfied with what you have done, and how you can improve to make it better. And Rahu will give you that capacity to think in the correct direction. Sorry, it generally leads you to think in the wrong direction, but because of Jupiter's aspect back and forth, it's going to eventually get you to the place where you're going to think correctly. With time, you will think correctly. So maybe I would say give it a couple of weeks or so in terms of that. Now, Rahu's 9th aspect goes on to your 11th house. So again, your friend circle, your networking, everything is going to be increasing. Your gains are going to be increasing. And with the help of Rahu, you're going to be, how do I say this? Yeah, with the help of Rahu, you're going to be significantly focused on making those gains, making those positive social changes happen. And because Jupiter aspecting your 1st house, well, that's just going to uplift your personality, so people are easily going to be able to recognize you for it as well. Oh, you changed this, you improved this, oh great, now you are amazing. Great, right? So positivity all around. This is great. This is an excellent transit. With Ketu in the 9th house, you may have tendency of being not that lenient towards religion or spirituality. You might just want to be like, okay, I'm going to focus on other things right now. Might be related to, yes, could be your hard work, could be your home. Depends on your other natal placements as well. But Ketu in 9th house, the more you lean towards spirituality, the more positive result this Ketu will actually end up giving you, because it is in the house, it is visiting the 9th house of Bhagya, right? It may detach you from your father. Yeah. That you would have to balance out. Make sure that you're giving sufficient time to your parent, father. With Saturn visiting your 4th house, yes, please do take care of your mother's health as well. Now, Ketu's 5th aspect is going on your 1st house. That's where you have to be a little careful. Overthinking or lack of proper execution could happen as well, but thinking in terms of things that might not even be there, right? So it gives you illusion. Rahu gives you illusion, but Ketu also makes you act in a certain way that may not even be appropriate. As in, like, you may think that, oh, XYZ happened because of ABC, but XYZ could have happened because of EFG. Who knows, right? Your intuition power will kick in, but you have to be careful of not jumping to conclusions. Be very careful. Kindly do not jump to conclusions. It's not going to turn out good. You need to think thoroughly, and Jupiter is aspecting your 1st house as well, so it's pretty much it's going to take care of it. But Saturn is also aspecting your 1st house as well. So be careful with what you are saying. The negative things that you say are more likely to come true than the good things you say. It could actually be both, but I would say just be careful. Like, if you say good things and it turns out to be true, great, there's no issue with it. But if you end up saying a bad thing and it turns out to be true, no, that's not a good thing, right? power of manifestation is pretty much going to be on your side, should you choose to manifest certain things in your life. Right, so I went a little bit more detail in Sag. I'm excited about Sag because this is my Lagna, as I was mentioning. So yeah, let's move on to Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn, Jupiter is visiting your 6th house. This is going to be a good transit in terms of when it comes to getting mortgages, loans, car loans. If you want those things approved, excellent. Jupiter 6th house could give you health issues in terms of digestive issues or acidity or indigestion, right? Jupiter in 6th house, if you have challenges with enemies, if you have had challenges with career, like as in like finding a job, or you have been interviewing but you haven't heard much back from them, if you have had a court case going on, or if you have been in trouble with the law, this could give you a good relief. So in that case, in that manner, Jupiter's transit in 6th house is going to be beneficial for you, right? Jupiter's 5th aspect does go on your 10th house of career, so you would see good changes happening in your career. Good changes. If you have been putting in the work, why not? You should see those positive changes happen, right? Yeah. One thing you should be careful of, don't be naive at the place of work. You never know who is genuinely good at heart and who actually has who doesn't have your best interest at heart, right? So be careful with Astin ke sap type of situation. Rest you're smart so you can understand it, and you're a Capricorn ruled by Saturn, so yeah, you know very well, without even talking to someone, what sort of energies they're giving, right? Which you may not be able to explain, but you know. So that's good. Right. So Jupiter's 7th aspect is going on your 12th house. Again, if you have been wanting to settle abroad, this is a great time. It could give you that foreign settlement. If you have been doing long-term investments, again, excellent time. It is excellent time for bedroom pleasures as well. Yep. When it comes to your sex life, you can see your sex life improving as long as you balance your health out with it. Yep. And then Jupiter's 9th aspect does go on your 2nd house where Rahu is. Do not become overly attached with your finances. Yes, money is important. Money is not everything in life, right? Health is wealth as well. So the challenge over here is going to be for you to balance your health and wealth. Literally balance your health and wealth, which you should be able to do for the most part, for at least for a couple of months, and then you might sidetrack, but you know that there are tendencies for you to sidetrack with your balancing act between wealth and health. So plan better for your future. Then Rahu's 5th drashti is also falling on your 6th house where Jupiter is placed, and the aspects on that both of these planets are exchanging, Jupiter and Rahu, it does balance itself out. So that's why I'm saying for the next couple of months you should be fine, but as soon as Jupiter moves into Cancer, it's going to become difficult again, right? So you want to be careful on that front. Rahu's 9th aspect goes on your 10th house. So it does make you attached towards your work. And as I mentioned, the more you put your efforts into work, Jupiter is going to bless you with the positive changes in your career. Yes. So overall positive, as I was mentioning, in terms of career for sure, in terms of wealth and health, it's something that you would have to work on. Ketu in 8th house does give you significantly strong intuition regarding the negative things happening all around you. It does give you intuition in terms of supernatural powers. It makes you susceptible to I would say black magic. It would make you susceptible to evil eye and all sorts of interesting things going on. So be careful, like don't just, how black magics are done. Everybody has learned basic stuff through our mothers telling us, or Instagram or Facebook or any other medium, apparently, right? So when you know that there is a possibility, learn also to protect yourself with it. You can protect yourself with evil eye by wearing a rudraksh. That works out fine. But when it comes to black magic, rudraksh cannot exactly save you. First of all, you should stay away from people like that. As in whoever, your relatives, your friends, people who would have the tendency of doing certain things, right? So how about we make sure that we're not falling for that, right? Okay. Protecting yourself is going to be very, very important. All right. Where was I? 9th aspect is basically going towards your 4th house. This could be a time frame where you would be detached from your house. You might not even want to stay at home that much. You're like, I'm going to go about and do certain things and be better, for the lack of a better word. But like, you're just going to want to leave the house as soon as you get the opportunity, right? Which is good. You should be out and about. And if you keep moving, your health automatically will be well, right? So it's good. But Ketu's 9th aspect on 4th house can also make you detached from your mother, which again, it's okay. It's okay. The only thing that I'll say is you don't want to have any regrets in life when it comes to parents. So even though you may not want to stay home significantly, do make sure you do take out some time to spend with your mother, specifically in this case, right? Right. So that being said, let's move on to Aquarius. Aquarius, my beautiful friends, welcome. Okay, so for you, Jupiter is visiting the 5th house. If you have been wanting to have kids, you could face some challenges and delays for a couple of months. And then, yes, after towards the end of the year, or maybe perhaps next year, summer or something, that might turn out well for you, right? So that's good. If you have been wanting to focus on dating or getting to know someone, not happening right now. Why? Well, have a look. So Ketu is visiting your 7th house for 1.5 years. Jupiter is visiting your 5th house. Jupiter is basically Diya Tale Andhera. So wherever it sits, it diminishes its power. So finding or connecting to a person is going to be difficult. Turning that into a marriage is going to be more difficult. Turning or having those conversations is going to be difficult as well. And you or the other person being detached from the relationship is very, very prominent. So again, that turning into something solid makes it difficult for the next year and a half max, right? So it's a little bit of a difficult situation happening there. That being said, not a bad situation. If the person that you're with, or if the person that you're dating or wanting to get married to, if they themselves are spiritual, if they themselves are religious, if they themselves are mysterious or love philosophy and deep, depthful conversations, then this Ketu basically is like, ye to mera wala gana hai. And when Ketu says ye to mera wala gana hai, Ketu is fine. Ketu then doesn't need that detachment, and it's not like gonna push the other person away. Then it's fine. Then it'll stay. But if the other person cannot have certain conversations, like same level frequency पे अगर वो इंसान बात नहीं कर सकता आपके साथ, be it on spirituality, religion, philosophy, anything, like this Ketu is not going to be okay with that. So yeah, that is going to be one difficult transit. Right, so Jupiter's fifth drashti, it is sitting in trine. Its fifth drashti is basically going to your ninth house, so it enhances your bhagya in terms of traveling. This is excellent. In terms of connecting with your father, again, excellent, especially with Rahu's ninth drashti going on ninth house. Again, connecting with your father and having a strong bond, it's going to be very, very easy to do. That is great. Jupiter's seventh aspect goes to your 11th house. So again, you can see significant gains in your social network. You can see wish fulfillment happening. With this transits that are happening, like you can easily manifest things as well. On how to manifest though, that's a question that a lot of people have and they don't know how. So do visit my Insta, and I think there's a video on YouTube as well on manifestation. I don't remember now, but Insta definitely has information on how to do manifestation. So you can give that a try and you'll see the positive results flowing in for sure. Now Jupiter's ninth aspect goes on your first house where Rahu is apparently. This is good because Rahu's fifth aspect is also on Jupiter. So when it comes to yourself, when it comes to your kids, when you're having this exchange happening, it is easy for you to connect with your kids. It's easy for you to not be in your illusion. Like Jupiter is a representation of Vishnuji. So when it's aspecting your first house, even though Rahu being there, it gives you a lot of illusion about yourself, others. But because Jupiter is in a good position and it's aspecting it, you can definitely, you'll feel that even though there's illusion, at the end of the day, whatever thoughts or confusion you have, they're gone. So what I would recommend is, yes, Vishnuji's chants, mantras, stuti, whatever you feel you can use to connect at the end of the day will give you that peace of mind for you to be able to sleep peacefully. So what I generally tend to do is whenever I start overthinking or going in a direction where I'm like, okay, this is not going to let me sleep peacefully, I gotta have it resolved, but I know for the fact that I cannot have it resolved before I sleep, I will chant a little mantra. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Hare Paramatmane Pranatah Kleshanashaya Govindaya Nama Nama. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Hare Paramatmane Pranatah Kleshanashaya Govindaya Namo Nama. And I just keep repeating it until I get some clarity or peace of mind, and then I'm able to sleep peacefully. So whatever floats your boat, try connecting in that way, and then that will calm your Rahu down. Okay. Rahu's 9th drashti goes on your 9th house. So again, that's another reason why more religious you become or more spiritual, you don't necessarily have to be religious, but the more spiritual you become, that Jupiter actually plays in your favor because it's sitting in a trine position. So this is actually excellent. Okay, don't underestimate it. If you have the leniency, go ahead, be spiritual. It's going to be for the better only. Okay, your Ketu in 7th house, that's a difficult one. Ketu is also the lord of your 10th house visiting the 7th house right now. So yes, it's a possibility you may meet your spouse at your place. You may meet someone, or they could be in the same field as you as well. Yeah. You could also be in a situation where you start promoting your business at the place of work, and it might turn out to be excellent, actually. So those sort of are good. Ketu's 5th aspect goes on your 11th house. So even though with Jupiter's 7th aspect on your 11th house, where you're having the social gains and increasing your networking and yada yada yada, with Ketu's 5th aspect going on your 11th house, you would want to do all of that, but then at sometimes in the back of your head you'd be like, can I just go home, call it a day? I've had enough networking for the day. My social battery is gone, right? So that would be there in the back. But Ketu's aspect again on your 11th house with the Jupiter's 7th aspect on your 11th house. This is good. This is good in the way that your manifestation and your wish fulfillment can happen like snap of your fingers, like just like that, right? So that's good. Now Ketu's 9th aspect goes on your 3rd house. That's where another problem arises. It just detaches you from doing that hard work that is required for you to push forward in your life. It does. It could cause a little bit of disturbance in your communication style as well. In terms of paperwork, it could cause a chaos. When it comes to your siblings, siblings and relatives, this is going to be a time where you're like, nope, I just don't wanna, nope, I'm just gonna stay in, or I'm just gonna focus on me. I don't want anybody peeping their nose in my business, and just let that be. Okay, which is again worth it. I can understand the situation there, right? Okay, let's move on to Pisces. Okay, Pisces, your Jupiter is visiting the 4th house. When Jupiter visits the 4th house, this is basically indicating expansion in family life. So you can perhaps buy a house, perhaps buy a car. Something to watch out for is your mother's health. You could see that she might have to go through a minor surgery. Maybe she might face some abdominal issues, or she might have to get rid of an appendix. You never know, but some sort of health issues could arise for your mother, so watch out for that. Jupiter in this case for you is the 10th house lord. I apologize, I wrote number 8 in the 10th house. There are 2 number 8s. One is 8 and the other one is supposed to be 9. Apologies. But yeah, it is your 10th house lord and it is first house lord as well. So when it visits your fourth house, again, you can easily prefer working from home over actually working from office. Nothing wrong in that. You may end up connecting significantly with your mother, which is going to be good because having that stable home is going to be important, right? And Saturn is actually visiting your first house. That is going to be a little difficult. You can face delays in terms of your in terms of your marriage, in terms of your career, in terms of overall life. You will see delays happening because of that Saturn transit in your first house. That being said, Ketu in 6th house, be very extremely careful with your own health as well. Ketu in 6th house does tend to indicate health issues. Could be mental, emotional health issues as well. Could be related to blood pressure or skin-related allergies or skin-related disease. But if you actually do happen to end up with a certain health condition, the doctors may not exactly be able to trace it as to what's exactly causing you to face health issues in that case, right? So you have you for the next 1.5 years, things might arise on the health front. Be careful. And out of nowhere, you might get dragged into a court case where you have no business. So the only thing that I'll say is, दूसरों के फटे में टांग मत अड़ाओ, right? You don't want to get involved in other people's business. Just let that be. Okay, Ketu's 5th drashti is going on your career. So again, as much as you would want to focus on your career, you might end up getting a new job, but then you might be detached significantly from your place of work. You're like, okay, I want this, but then I don't really want to do this. Get me the hell out of here. That sort of feeling you may get. Ketu's 9th aspect is going on your 2nd house, which is going to cause you to, or you should not actually be focusing on money, okay? The more you focus on your finance and wealth, more you focus on your investments and all. Investments you should focus on because Rahu is visiting 12th house, but here, the more you focus on finances, become stringent, become kanjus, makichus type of situation, this Ketu's 9th aspect on the 2nd house starts giving you bad results. So you don't want to do anything like that. That's going to cause negative implications, right? It may also detach you from your family while you're trying to figure other things out in life, because Saturn is visiting your first house, so there are going to be a lot of lessons that you're going to be learning. So Saturn's transit in first house, Ketu's transit in 6th house. This is not going to be easy time for you. Yeah, it's not going to be easy. Then Rahu is in 12th house, so if you have been struggling with handling expenses, now is the time to put your brain power to use, and you can learn to better, not exactly finance would be a wrong word, but better focus on your investments. And Jupiter's 5th drashti towards your 8th house will actually minimize those losses as well. So recently with the situation happening, if you have invested in stocks and bonds and blah, 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 and it has taken a hit or something, well, this... Apologies, I've been speaking for too long right now. Yeah, so this is where you'll be able to put in that brain power, and Jupiter's 9th aspect and the 5th aspect that is happening in the 8th house, 9th aspect happening on Rahu itself, it will help you put that brain power and that good luck to overcome those drawbacks that you've had in recent investments. And it might help you put your brain to a better place as well. Like, where should I invest better? It'll guide you there. And the other thing that I'll mention is, yes, your brain power is also going to go significantly in terms of how can I increase my sexual pleasures? How can I increase my bedroom pleasures? How can I be more happy on that front? And Jupiter is actually going to bless you with the fact that should you decide to think on it, it's going to give you that blessing as well, right? And yeah. Did I miss anything? Yes, Rahu's fifth aspect itself is going on Jupiter, which I think we have discussed previously. And Rahu's ninth aspect is going on your eighth house. So you could automatically be inclined towards learning more about occult sciences. If you are in a research field and you've had struggles in terms of being able to gain a momentum in your career, you would still be waiting in terms of gaining momentum in the career, but your brain capacity to think outside the box at the place of work could increase. And in the next year or so, when the transits align, you will see the positive result of it as well. I'm not saying that you cannot have an increment in your career, increment in your pay or anything, but there is a journey. There will be delay because of Saturn as well. So it's time to buckle down and not make any major sudden changes in the overall life, right? Just hold on to your horses until transits align better. If you are wanting a personal consultation, please feel free to reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to look at your natal charts and current transit and give you more insights in terms of what you can expect specifically over the next couple of months, couple of years, however you please, right? And before I call it a day, I want to thank everyone who is still watching. Thank you so much for taking time to listen to my findings over here. And if you have any specific questions, feel free to leave a comment, or those of you who have me on Instagram, feel free to directly message me as well. I'd be more than happy to help in any manner I can. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care, and good night.